never stop reading Bible. So picture this. You're in the middle of this huge, epic story of judgment and redemption. And then, bam, everything just stops. Today, we're jumping into that dramatic pause, this incredible interlude that's just packed with cosmic visions showing us what's really going on behind the scenes before we get to the climax. But this isn't just any old pause, right? Think of it like the eerie quiet between two massive hurricanes. It's this moment, tucked between world-changing catastrophes, where the story literally pulls back the curtain to show us the spiritual war that's fueling everything we see happening on Earth. It's a series of just stunning visions. All right, so our journey into this interlude kicks off with a vision that is both powerful and, honestly, a little bizarre. We meet this mighty angel who's holding a small, mysterious book, and he gives a command that is as strange as it is deep. I mean, just imagine this. A colossal angel comes down from the heavens with one foot planted on the sea and the other on the land. He's holding this little open book, and his sheer presence is a signal that some divine mystery, something kept secret for ages, is finally about to be revealed. And here's where things get really weird. The command given to the visionary, John, is totally unexpected. He's not told to read the book, he's commanded to eat it. This is such a powerful metaphor, right? It's about completely internalizing a divine message, making it a part of your very being. And this right here is such a perfect picture of the dual nature of prophecy. When John eats the book, it tastes as sweet as honey in his mouth. I mean, receiving a word from God, it's glorious. But then, once he's swallowed it, it turns bitter in his stomach. This shows us that the contents, the prophecies of hardship and judgment, are actually painful and really difficult to digest and then deliver to others. Okay, so that message he just ate, it's not going to stay a private experience for long. Now we see it unleashed on Earth. The vision shifts to this incredibly dramatic public prophecy, and it's delivered by two mysterious and very powerful witnesses. Pay attention to this number, 1,260. It is a super important recurring time frame in this story. It represents a very specific period of testimony and trial. And for this exact length of time, these two witnesses are given the power to deliver their prophetic message to the whole world, a message that's going to be both powerful and, well, pretty divisive. But their mission has this violent, scheduled end. The very moment their 1,260 days of testimony are up, and not a second sooner, a monstrous beast comes crawling out of the abyss, and its only purpose is to silence them, to make war on them, to conquer them, and to kill them. So let's break down what happens to them, because the sequence is just fascinating. For 1,260 days, they prophesy. Then they're killed. For the next 3.5 days, their bodies are just left in the street for everyone to see, a moment where it looks like their enemies have won. But then they are miraculously brought back to life and ascend into heaven. It's this stunning public display of God's vindication. And right as they're ascending, something else huge happens. The seventh and final trumpet sounds, and the scene just snaps right back to heaven. And all of heaven just erupts in this massive chorus of praise, declaring that the kingdom of the world has now become the kingdom of God. All right, if you thought that was intense, buckle up, because this final vision takes the conflict and escalates it dramatically. We're moving from a struggle on Earth to an all-out war in the cosmos. This is where we see the real spiritual powers behind everything, and where the battle lines are truly drawn. So this vision introduces us to two central symbolic figures. First, there's a celestial woman who is often seen as representing the people of God, the community that the Messiah comes from, and her enemy is unmistakable. A great fiery red dragon, who the text flat out tells us is Satan. And the tension is just immediate. It's personal. The dragon literally positions himself right in front of the woman, waiting to destroy her child the very moment it's born. This is a vision of an existential threat, an attempt to snuff out the hope of God's people right at the source. But she gets away. She flees into the wilderness, to a place of refuge that God prepared for her. And hey, does that number sound familiar? She is divinely protected and cared for there for 1,260 days, the exact same amount of time as the two witnesses' prophecy. This idea of divine protection is a huge theme here. So, with the woman and her child safe, this hidden conflict just can't be contained anymore. It literally explodes into open war. But the battlefield? It's not Earth this time. It's heaven itself. That hidden cosmic struggle is finally out in the open.
And let me tell you, the outcome isn't even close. The Archangel Michael and his angels go to war with the dragon and his forces, and it ends in a complete, total victory for heaven. The dragon is defeated, and he and his angels are thrown out for good. But here's the thing, losing a battle in heaven doesn't mean the war's over, not by a long shot. Cast out, cornered, the dragon's fury is now aimed entirely at the earth. He goes after the woman again, and when that fails, his rage just boils over. So he turns his attention to making war on the rest of her children, on all those who hold to her faith.
And that leaves us with the ultimate cliffhanger of this entire interlude, doesn't it? A huge, decisive victory has been won in the spiritual realm, but that very victory has caused the conflict to be fully unleashed upon the world. The question it leaves us with is a big one. What does that war look like now that it's been dumped right here on our doorstep? This explainer was produced by the Center Studio.